Ragged Bones from Broken Homes. This is a podcast for musicians and artists alike. My name is Mark.
And I'm Renegade.
And we're going to talk with folks about anything from new releases to tour stories.
The good, the bad, and the worst. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to Ragged Bones, a Robbers Roost podcast. Tell everybody who we're hanging out with today, Renegade.
Today we're hanging out with the Bridge City Sinners and Clyde and The Milltailers.
So go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do in your bands.
Hi, my name is Libby. I am the lead singer for the Bridge City Sinners.
Hi, I'm Clyde. I'm the banjo player for the Bridge City Sinners and also the proprietor of Clyde and The Milltailers.
And you guys have like a conglomerate of stuff too, so it's like that's why we only have the two of you right now as opposed to like everybody. There's a whole bunch of people involved.
Yes, we are a Russian doll of sorts within the Bridge City Sinners. There's many of us. So there's Clyde here of Clyde and The Milltailers. We have our fiddle player who is Lightning Luke. He has amazing solo stuff and the voice of an angel.
Word.
King Strang is our guitar player. His solo stuff is great too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, who else lives with us?
We have Jesse, Lonesome Valley Pussyfooters. They're an inactive band, but they're still up on the internet. You should check them out.
They're amazing.
There will be plenty of links in the bottom of this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And how would y'all describe your music?
Spooky.
That's a great question. We've been kind of categorized as like a dark folk.
Like murder folk is another tag. We like hang out with a lot of like obvious like folk punk-esque like kind of adjacent bands and straight up punk bands too. So
I always wanted to be in a punk band. Like when I was young, that's all I ever wanted to do was be in a punk band. But then I picked up an instrument and it just didn't come out like that. So whenever I try to describe it to people, I describe myself as like a siren where I like seduce you and then I bite your fucking head off.
Yes.
How long have you guys been active as Bridge City Sinners? And then also, we want to elaborate on Clyde as well. So,
as the Sinners, we've been doing this, I want to say, for like 2 years solid. There was like a year before that where we would just busk on the street and just play covers, just kind of playing music for fun. But as the Sinners touring and really going for the grind, it's been like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like 3 years. I started the project Clyde and The Milltailers back in Colorado in 2016 with a bunch of different members. But yeah, no, it's similar, very similar roots. Like that seems to be like the story. I mean, that's like Old Crow Medicine Show's story. Like that, they had that. They literally like had like.
You're gonna bring up Wagon Wheel?
Wagon Wheel. Well, dude, it's literally been like everyone. It's literally the oldest story in the book of like literally.
You can leave. No, just kidding. Old Crow is wonderful, and I jammed Wagon Wheel 10 million times. A guilty pleasure is a guilty fucking pleasure. Yeah. So just kidding. I'm not talking shit. Wagon Wheel fucking rules. Free forever.
Where did the name Bridge City Sinners come from? And then as well, Clyde and The Milltailers.
Well, that was just like a long string of an argument, pretty much. That's where Bridge City Sinners came from. So it was like the only thing we could settle on. So we're obviously in Portland, and they like to call themselves a bridge city, and I'm well aware that Pittsburgh has more bridges than Portland does.
Or Amsterdam.
You know, I wasn't aware, so thank you for letting me know that.
People let us know. But so yeah, this is the bridge city here, and we're a bunch of sinners, so it fit.
What was the name before? It was like the Portland Po' Boys.
That was our busking name, yeah.
That's cute.
And I wanted to be Lovesick Libby and the Low Down Dirty Devils, but they said it was too long, so.
That was pretty good, though.
Yeah.
It rolls right off the tongue, though.
It rolled off. It was good. Fuck them.
Okay.
Clyde.
Can't say swears.
No, you
can't.
totally
This
can.
is so
you say swears?
It's not the radio.
We can talk about
Wow.
drugs. We can talk about anything you guys want.
Well, I'm all fucking drunk with power now.
So Clyde.
Clyde and The Milltailers was so originally I wanted to go by like, you know, the Milltailers or whatnot, and I was previously performing under Clyde McGee, which was an alias because in the town I was in I had a warrant out from IRS. So I didn't want to advertise under my true name.
So you chose the fakest
the
name.
fakest name.
McLovin.
So after that, like I wanted to try to retain some form of branding on a new project. So I started Clyde and The Milltailers in 2016.
Clyde, what's a Milltailer?
So a Milltailer is a made-up word I made. And a milltailing is whatever you have that's left over of whatever you've been mining. So an example of where I'm from in Colorado, there was a big uranium boom in the 60s.
Oh.
So hence we had a lot of uranium milltailings.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Nerd.
So another nerdy thing about these milltailings is that they have a very long half-life of radioactivity.
Yeah.
So that means that they're very, very radioactive.
Still
and
today.
Still to this day, yeah. And one of the things that they did with these things before they really knew all that, after they mined them, is that they would put them in sidewalks and foundation filling. And
What?
they would dump, so there's like, you could find maps in my hometown, which is Grand Junction, Colorado.
People walking
Shout
around with
out.
Geiger counters. Like,
Yeah, you can- yeah.
yeah.
So there's some spots like that are definitely still way worse than
Wow.
others, but there's also a very high cancer rate in this town as well, you know. So
That's interesting.
Kinda
yeah,
explains
so
Move out.
yeah, so I don't live there anymore. But yeah, I guess like I'm a Milltailer. I don't know. That was the long outreaching reference name to my band name.
Now you know.
And now you know.
now
yeah.
you know. So,
It's like most people regret asking that question.
so outside, right?
Yeah, it's like, how bummed out do you want to be?
What does it mean? What do you guys do outside of music?
Clyde, what do you do? Do you do anything outside of music?
That's a hard one for people that are hardcore musicians. Like, it's like, damn it, music.
You know,
He travels to the
show. There really isn't like anything. Yeah, like right now, the last like 2 years, like not a whole lot, honestly. Like when I get off tour, I start working on booking the next one.
Yep.
And usually have like a couple of small shows in between. Really want to get me a Switch, start playing Skyrim again. I remember that was a great hobby.
I'm totally sucker for games.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's something I miss having, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, Christmas is coming up, so I don't know if you want to get me a Switch.
For me, for work, I do nails. So I work at Finger Bangs. You can check them out at Finger Bang Portland on Instagram. And so I specialize in nail art. So I like to do really tiny, tedious, detailed.
It looks really rad.
yeah, I was gonna say very
really good.
pristine, very
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
It's I can't tell you, like, doing art for a living has changed my life, with music and actual other art as well. But going to shows is probably, so even though I'm not playing music, just taking part in music in some way, that's like my idea of a good time too.
Yeah, it's like when you're like totally divulged in that whole thing, music thing. It's hard to like do anything that has
Oh my
not
god, yeah.
to do with music.
Since we've started playing music, it's hard to even find myself hanging out with someone
Yeah.
who isn't another musician. Like I look,
realization recently.
yeah.
Like,
I like looked through my phone and I was like, this is just like a YouTube index like of homies, music homies. But yeah, it's nothing brings people together like music does. Nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing
Fully
brings
agree.
hundreds, thousands of people into the middle of a fucking forest for a weekend. Nothing else does that.
except rainbow gatherings.
Which usually consist of some dreaded out hippie playing music
playing,
too. So
playing an instrument.
still the core.
Do you have any animal friends, and what are their names?
Oh my god, I have so many animal friends. Okay. So I have 3 Chihuahuas. One is Opal, Banana, and then Ickle Pickle Pumpernickel, but we just call her Ick for short. And then I have a Persian cat. Her name is Gizmo. She's a gremlin. Clyde has no animal friends. My friends are his friends.
Yeah, so you named the same man.
Shout out to Lenny though.
Oh yeah, shout out to Lenny, my boy over at Flail Records.
Yeah, shout out to Lenny. That's Scott's dog. That's our bass player's dog. He's a good boy.
We'll have to do another episode with Scott and a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys have any weird hobbies or collect anything?
I collect dead stuff.
Yeah, she has the most amazing, beautiful collections of
Yeah,
things.
we're sitting in the middle of my living room right now, and I have lots and lots of dead stuff.
It's true.
It's amazing.
I collect pretty much anything I can get a hold of. I'm like borderline hoarder. So, but everything has a place. I don't like keep stuff in a box in a corner or like collect
Stacking on the walls.
collect
and,
my
like,
own
yeah.
feces or anything like that.
It's all very...
But I do have like a mummified cat, which often can be found in a hoarder's house. So
It's all placed very tastefully around.
There you go.
Yeah.
collector. A collector.
What is your most recent release, and do you have any tour plans in the near future?
Yes, we do. That would be our new album, or I would like to call it our first album, really, because we have like a demo before that we really, when we were just a busking band, we're like, we got to make some more money, guys. We should record something and have something to sell. So it's mostly just covers and like a song I wrote when I was like 19 on there. But so I like really don't like to count that. So Here's to the Devil is our very first original album. And it was just released a handful of months ago. We've got our vinyl release coming up November 15th. At Twilight with Harley Poe, and you can get a special vinyl there that's like pink with black spatter.
Nice.
And there's only like a handful of that's a good handful. It's like 150 of them. But it's special. You can only get them at the shows, at the live shows. So
So go to the live shows.
so go to the live shows. What else is there? Oh, and then in December, we have the most amazing shows coming up. They are benefit shows for immigrant relief, and it's going to be us, AJJ, Days and Days, and just announced was Amigo the Devil, and we also announced a second day because the first day sold out. So
Oh, wow. That's
nice,
incredible.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah. That'll be exciting.
it's going to be the best show ever. And I just bought an Airbnb today, so it's going to be a party.
Oh, shit's going down.
Except not like a horrible party because it does have my card attached to it. So
yeah.
everybody, please use coasters.
Be respectful of the space, tenant. Okay, so what's the craziest tour story, like show story, good or bad? And you can take a second.
Can I tell this one?
Editing is great. You guys can take a second and make sure to pick the best one. Like,
Clyde, I
Take-
feel
take
like
the- take
maybe
the
I
one.
might be better at telling
Take-
the story
take
than
it.
you are, but
Do it. You're talking about Virginia Beach?
tell them to set the please. Here,
You
set
got
the
it.
mood. Tell us, Clyde. Where are we? Where are we?
Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach. Where had we been earlier? Where did we go? We went to the beach, didn't we? At Virginia Beach.
We went to the Virginia Beach.
Yeah, which actually I was really surprised that the sand there is totally like brown, and the sand here is like almost like a gray. I don't know.
Yeah.
That blew my mind. I had not touched the other ocean before, so I stuck my feet in there. And then we walked down to the venue, and we're hanging out outside the venue. And what do we hear? What do we hear, Clyde?
We hear Scott shouting, "Oh shit, look out."
And around the corner comes a man on a motorcycle engulfed in flames.
what?
Engulfed in flames. So this man comes screeching around the corner, engulfed in flames on a motorcycle. And of course, everyone like runs to, he like skids out on fire, and everyone runs to see if they can help. And there was this cute couple that had won tickets to our show. They were so adorable. She had like a Sinner's back patch from like another previous show. So they were like fans already.
Yeah.
And they had won tickets, and they were super excited for the show. And they're outside the venue. There was like this fence that kind of like, this is where you drink your beer fence, you know. It wasn't that tall of a fence, but so this guy's on fire in the middle of the road. Everybody's running to help him, and he's like stop, drop, and roll. And for everyone who's on the edge of their seat right now, he actually like gets himself put out, and he's okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
okay,
good,
he's
good,
okay.
yeah.
But this dude who had won tickets to the show hops over the fence to run and help, and when he lands on the other side of the fence, he breaks his leg.
Oh, my
He
gosh.
breaks his leg. So this guy's on fire, and this guy's laying on the ground, and his leg is like twisted sideways and like dangling, and the motorcycle's on fire, and everyone is like, running
What the
around,
hell
like,
is going
and
on right now?
Yeah, we're all like standing in the middle of it, just like like looking from one to the other and to the other, like, and it's just complete and utter chaos for like a solid 60 seconds. And then these people bust out and they've got 2 fire extinguishers and they put out the bike.
Yep.
And the dude had like these white dude dreads and they had burned up in the back all the way up to like his helmet. But other than that, he was okay.
I'm glad
Yeah, he
he's
was
alive.
alive, yeah.
And he just like kicked up his kickstand and like walked his bike off like after it was done being on fire.
Oh, man.
And then an ambulance came, but Scott had to call the cops and be like, yeah, we need an ambulance out there and we need a fire truck. Yeah, no, like, so the motorcycle's on fire, but no, the ambulance isn't for the guy who was in the motorcycle accident. It's for the other guy.
Like, it has nothing to do with the accident.
Yeah, it was just a really chaotic mess. But we sent that guy off in the ambulance with like every piece of merchandise that we had.
That's
and
awesome.
It was,
yeah.
and he just he needs to take more calcium, but he ended up breaking his leg. He contacted us later. He broke his leg in 5 places.
Oh my God.
He broke his ankle in 2 places. He broke his knee in 2 places, and then he broke like the leg bone in the middle. All
the
from hopping
hell?
over a fence that was like, I mean, this thing couldn't have been more than like 4 feet tall. Like,
No way.
It was crazy. That just goes to show. Later that night, I actually did like a stage dive, and the whole time, like after I left the stage, I was like, my legs.
Are they okay?
Don't hit the don't hit the floor the wrong way. Really. It was, but that was one of the most intense moments of tour.
That tops the Shia LaBeouf story by far.
yeah.
That does. It does.
Oh my God! If
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf had been there, though,
You would have had a great time.
Yeah, you would have been
You would
like,
have
whoa.
tweeted.
oh, that was like a horribly wonderful time.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
But that just, I feel like it just goes to show you that like when you go out on the road, that like the story of your life just fucking writes itself.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't make these things up. Like life happens when you want it to. Not that I want people to be on fire or break their legs, but but the adventure the story writes itself.
Okay, we're getting weird. You guys got any paranormal stories or
Conspiracy
like
theories?
alien stories
Yeah.
or
I wish.
ghosts?
We can skip that if you guys want
Never.
to.
Drove past that Area 51 brothel. in
Oh, that was
Nevada.
pretty cool.
That was pretty
I mean,
alien.
Well, I feel like someone was just telling us about that.
Yeah.
place. Weren't they in the podcast?
like on the-
when
I don't
we-
know.
I swear.
It's a really cool spot to drive by. It's got a cool convenience store that has good food in the back, but
yeah, so it's like
Other than
nice
that.
little deli.
never. I mean, besides being like really fucked up and being like, look at that light in the sky.
What is that?
Yeah. But other than that, I've never had any alien experiences. Never been abducted personally. That
you know of.
Yeah, that I know of. But I definitely am a believer. I can't imagine like us being the only creatures in the whole entire universe.
Yeah,
I feel
sure.
the same.
Even if it's just like some kind of alien slug or something, like
There's got to be.
it doesn't
something.
have to be
plant
like
even,
it
like-
doesn't have to be super intelligent, but there's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
life out there.
Oh, yeah.
As far as like paranormal though, like I've never had like anything super creepy, but one time I was doing my makeup in the bathroom and I like the light like flickered and turned off, but the light switch was like outside of the bathroom, and I was like, hey, I was using that because I thought my boyfriend had turned it off on me. Like, was like, oh, she freaking left the bathroom light on again, you know, like
Yeah.
turned it off on me. And I was like, hey, I was using that. And the light went and turned back on. And then I like walked out there and he was like outside working on his car.
Oh,
So he like
weird.
wasn't in the house at all. But that was the only time that I was like, oh, all right. Thanks for saving me on my electricity bill. But that's the only ghosty experience I've ever had.
So what's the dumbest thing that you guys have been arrested for? And it's totally fine if you haven't been arrested because like that means
Oh,
just
God,
means
I
you've
got
been
it.
under the radar. So
I
it's
got
My
it.
shit's dumb. Like, go ahead, Clyde. Take the stage.
I got arrested and served 10 days in jail for skateboarding away from the police and then immediately getting caught afterwards.
Oh.
Why did you skateboard away? What were you doing?
It was like
I want to know
it
the
was
real
like
story, Clyde.
it was a critical mass. It was like punk shit you do when you're like angry in like
Cute.
high school. I think it was like against the war.
Totally
We were
did
like,
critical
yeah,
mass when
yeah.
I was young. And then we did critical ass, which was just a
This is where
naked
you're naked
version.
one, yeah.
Oh my God. No, yeah.
Yeah, food not bombs, man. That was those
Back
were
in
the days. Okay, arrested. Fuck. Okay, when I okay. take us back. Take us back 10 years. I'm like 20 years old, and I had just got this tattoo under, like underneath my boobies. And so I'm wearing like a tank top, and I'm walking through. I had a friend. We had worked at a tattoo shop together, and then he was working at this mall tattoo shop, which I usually don't recommend a mall tattoo shop, but I went ahead and got tattooed there. And I was walking to the ATM to get my money, and I was wearing this little tube top, and went to put my sweater on and was like zipping it up, and this young kid was like, "Put some clothes on, slut." And I was like, "I should fucking spank you, child." And then I walked off and I went and got my money, and then him and his little friends walked by and they like poked fun again, and they were laughing, and I was like, "You want to see something funny?" And I grabbed their friend by the little collar of his shirt, and I was like, "Hey, give me what you owe me." And he was like, "What do I owe you?" And I was like, "An apology." And he was like, "I'm sorry." And then I let go of him I walked off, and then I was like surrounded by mall security.
Whoa.
Surrounded by mall security. And then I like tried to leave, and I got into it with this little Paul Blart, and he like ended up grabbing me, and I was like, "Don't fucking touch me." Yeah. And he was like, "You're trespassing." And he had a lisp, and every time he said, "You're trespassing," he would spit, and he was like spitting in my face and grabbed a hold of my arm, and I was like, "Don't fucking touch me, don't fucking spit on me, don't fucking touch me, don't fucking spit on me." And then in one quick motion, I yanked my arm, pushed him, and hocked a loogie in his face, and it was like, oh my God, yeah. And he fell on the ground, and I ran so fucking fast, and my boyfriend was outside just waiting for me. I called him, I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go get my money, and I'll be right out." He had no idea what was fucking going on.
You're like dipping.
I'm running from this mall cop, and my boyfriend's like, "What's going on?" And he gets out, and the mall cop goes to mace my boyfriend, and I'm like, "Get in the fucking car!" And we get in the car, and we race around the corner, and then we were surrounded by police officers, and it was like 10 fucking cops, and they were like, "Oh, totally, I understand. Like, you like just had to teach that kid a lesson. Like, just come out here and talk to me about it." And I was like, "Okay." And I got out of the car, and they just like tackled the shit out of me. Oh yeah, and it was a Friday, so I was in jail until Monday, and I was like,
what the fuck?
20, and I was like, "Ah," and I was in jail for a violent crime. They stripped me down, took pictures of all my tattoos, kept asking me what. Yeah, kept asking me what gang I was in. I was like, "I have a tattoo of Rainbow Bright. Like, I'm not in a gang."
Yeah,
20, like.
And you'd think that these people deal with gangs all the time, and they can recognize that.
Yeah,
when
they put me in 22-hour-a-day lockdown. I was locked in like a closet. I literally went to church on Sunday just to get the fuck out of my room.
Yeah, I'd do the same.
It was insane.
I'd be laughing at them.
And I was facing a maximum of 5 years in prison.
Holy shit, that's such bullshit.
This is the only time I've ever gotten in trouble in my life. I literally wore a fucking turtleneck because I already had my throat tattooed, and I wore like a turtleneck. I dyed my hair black. I went in with my mommy. I was like, "Please, please, sir." And they gave me, I had to do, it was like a year probation where if I got in trouble for anything similar, I would be facing my maximum of 5 years. So I literally hid in my house for like a year, pretty much. Like,
that's extreme as fuck.
Yeah, and
like,
I had to take 2 8-hour-long anger management classes. I was in an anger management class with a dude who had killed his neighbor's dog with a butcher knife. Oh my God. And I was like, "Why am I in here?"
Ouch, yeah.
But I learned that we're all balls of yarn, and every time we get angry, we lose a little bit of our string. So that's what I learned in anger management.
You're so cute.
And then I had to do road crew. I had to do 8 days of road crew or something like that, which actually I really thoroughly enjoyed. Something about like going out and being like, this nature trail's all overgrown, and like, and I don't know why they give us like tools. And like, I'm supposedly like this dangerous person, and they're like, "Here's a weed whacker, hedge trimmer, go ahead." But it was really satisfying to like go out there and like clean the trail, and like I liked it. And then they nicknamed the cop nicknamed me Bones because we cleaned up the highway, and I found a bunch of like skulls for my dead stuff.
You came up from that experience.
Right, yeah. But that was like the only time I've ever been arrested in my life, and I reflect on that often. Actually, anytime that I am like overly upset about anything, I think about whether or not it's worth facing that, because I never would have imagined that was the consequence for like telling that little shit.
No, seriously though,
to mind his fucking business, you know. But it's like, anything can like change on the drop of a hat. Your whole future can be at risk. And
Yeah.
so anytime I'm like, fuck you, dude, and I think about taking it to like any other physical level, even if it is just grabbing someone's t-shirt or something, like, think twice, man. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Tell us 3 things that you're scared of.
Getting old.
That's
my-
legit.
That's my number one for sure. The dark for sure. I look like I'm definitely that person that's like, run and jump onto the bed. I'll have to think about the third.
Kidney stones,
Oh shit, that's real.
Yeah.
cults.
Really?
Yeah. And
I'm
then
not afraid.
and then cults again.
Oh,
Join my cult, Clyde. Come to the dark side.
I'm scared of social interaction. Like that's like I don't know
Oh,
what it is,
really?
but I'm like super socially awkward.
You know,
and scared
that
of
brings me to
talking
my
people.
third, which is funny, which is being alone.
That's yeah.
I think,
that's,
honestly,
that's a valid
like,
fear. Yeah.
I crave social interaction. Like if I don't have it, I will like find myself in like a deep dark pit of depression where I'm like, I'm forever alone. No one's answered my text in a half an hour. Like, so I think that's something that I struggle with on a regular basis, though, is just like trying to find like happy medium of
Yeah, that's what it is. A happy medium. 'Cause-
needing and not needing.
Yeah, because like
Other people.
I'm socially awkward and I can't deal with people. But then as soon as like there's nobody around, like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, there's nobody around. What am I gonna do? Like I have no one to socialize with.
That's what you got to find
Like,
your people.
There's
That's
like
your
a happy
That's
medium.
why we
Yeah,
have
your
our people. Yeah,
but yeah.
totally. One of us.
This is my favorite one. 30-second shout out to all your favorite bands. Go.
Oh shit. Okay, Tejon Street Corner Thieves.
Beggars Canyon.
The Days and Days, of course.
Lulu and the Black Sheep.
Amigo the Devil.
Wicked Shallows.
Gross.
Love that band.
Casper Allen.
Lightning Luke, King Strang.
Matt Heckler.
10 seconds.
Oh shit.
I know. Right on the spot. Fuck.
I know. That's how it's
Truck Bed Boys.
Yep. Shit.
Robert's Roost.
a lot of times. No.
There's so much. There's so
Yeah,
many
there's
more.
so
There's
much
so many
shit.
more.
You guys did good.
I
Firing
would-
off.
yeah.
It was good. Sometimes we get just like a pause and they're like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that happens.
couple.
Yeah.
We got
But you guys
homies.
did
we
good.
got
Yeah.
You guys did,
homies
yeah,
and
really
different-
well.
I wish area code.
I'm pretty much just named off. Oh, the goddamn gallows. I just pretty much just named off all of our friends. So, that's what I love really about the music, like playing music festivals and stuff. Is like it's just a big.
Seeing all your friends.
It's a reunion,
Yeah, totally.
family
It's a
reunion.
Yeah. Where can folks go to find y'all's music?
Spotify.
Spotify for sure. YouTube too.
Yep.
Facebook.
MySpace.
And y'all have plenty of physical merchandise people can order and stuff like that
Yeah,
too, right?
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Flail
definitely-
Records.
Yeah, Flail Records. Go to Flail Records.
Our bass player runs Flail Records, and I am so proud of him. He is literally doing single-handedly all he can for the folk punk community. So if y'all want to check out some amazing new but been here forever folk punk, check that out, flailrecords.com.
Thoroughly worth it, I promise. Okay, what do you got, Ren?
Okay, what's the most important thing that you think people need to hear? It could be music or it could be just like a quote or a message.
Profane sass.
Word.
Propane gas. That's how you remember.
Yeah, you like that. But Profane Sass is my all-time favorite band, and the most inspirational music I've ever encountered. That and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to quit your day job and live your life.
Sleeping in a car for months isn't really as bad as they make it out of sound.
It's a lot warmer than sleeping under a bridge.
Yeah.
You don't get rained on.
But be prepared to do all those things.
Find,
too.
find a friend. Find a friend to rub your back.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so if we were to play like 2 songs of the Sinners and Clydes at the end of this, what would you guys want?
For Sinners, let's do Siren Song and Creature.
For mine, for Clyde and the Milltailers, I would play Folklore and Miner's Song.
Word.
It's like, I think those are the first 2 songs of the track of the EP. So you could do it very easily at home.
Yeah, right.
That's always the best when like the next song comes on and you're like, I know exactly what song's coming on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like there's a lot of songs where like as soon as it gets
Okay,
done,
wait, but I want to ask.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys a question though.
Yeah.
Okay, I talked about it earlier. Guilty pleasures. What's y'all's guilty pleasure?
Guilty
musically.
pleasures.
I want to know your
Musically,
musical.
okay.
Brown Bird. Oh my God, Brown Bird. When you played
I
that
think that's
cover
a
of
guilty,
Brown
guilty,
Bird,
that's
that's
not
like
a guilty pleasure.
I love it.
They're great.
I want,
like,
guilty. I want guilty. Like, I want not
like,
I want to talk about like.
I like listening to
police.
Billie Eilish.
Yes!
Her voice is so sexy.
Go get your guitar.
Her voice is fucking beautiful.
We've been practicing that
Oh
Bury
my
a Friend
God.
song.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be my
fucking
guilty
love
pleasure.
her.
Is
We
her.
love her.
And just the confidence that she has.
Oh my God.
is so
And she's
goddamn
17.
inspiring. Yeah,
and her
that
brother
helps
writes
me.
all the music. They're
Oh,
like
I
a
know.
fucking cool Partridge
And you
family.
know, I saw something. I saw something about her album, and it showed who did the drums, who did the bass, who did the everything. He played every single instrument on their album, and he did like
Raised
everything.
at home
You know what I mean?
together,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
homeschooled, like,
And they were
I
encouraged
bet
to
their
do music and things
Their
their
parents
whole
are
lives.
so cool. That's it.
Yeah, I
You know
bet.
this. So, as a 30-year-old woman, I struggle with the idea of having children because your body only allows you so much time.
Yep, I'm 32. I know that feeling.
Right.
Yep.
And I my same reason for not wanting them is the same reason that I do is like the world is so fucked up.
Yep.
And horrible people are breeding at such a massive rate that it will just continue to get more fucked up. But if the cool people don't continue to have fucking cool people, if like
Yep.
then
I thought about that too. The
then we're
same
fucking
dilemma.
then we're just giving up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, but do I want to doom? Because, like I said, the horrible people are breeding at such a massive rate that no matter what, they will always like
Yep.
overcome.
It's like that movie Idiocracy.
Right.
It's just bound to
It's gonna
happen.
be-
You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's
Like
what
Be nice and spread knowledge. You can
Yeah.
start off dumb. You could always end up better.
yeah.
Breeding ain't gonna solve that. You can't breed dumb out.
But what's your guilty pleasure?
Oh, mine? Oh, shit. Fuck. What is mine? Do you know?
that music
You know?
video.
I
and
don't-
it was like,
Stargate
Oh, I
SG-1, but that's
So
a
good.
television show. That's not.
that's fine too. That works.
Really?
That
Yeah. Nerd.
Nerd.
works. My guiltiest pleasure is Paramore. I think.
Oh yeah.
Paramore.
Ever since I was a teenager, I just loved her.
Everybody's
Oh my God, I know. It's fun to sing to her
She's
voice
so cute.
too. Yeah.
So good.
Her hair is always amazing,
On point,
dude.
yes. I actually went and saw them play, and
No way.
It was
No.
like exhausting seeing. She was like such a like crazy like ding 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 like
Yeah,
ball
yeah.
of energy, and I was like, I gotta step up my fucking game, dude.
Well, y'all heard it. Fucking Bridge Sydney Sinners
Crap.
and Clyde and The Milltailers on Ragged Bones. Thanks, guys, for doing this. I appreciate the hell out of it.
Hey, Mark, can we take a quick break for a brief word from our sponsors?
Oh, Ren, that's a great idea.
Looking for that new hit piece of merch that won't break the bank? Bob's Angry Pins can help. They produce high-quality custom pin back buttons for bands, businesses, events, and more. Reference Ragged Bones Podcast and you'll receive 10% off your first order. Start yours by getting in touch today. Facebook.com/Bob's Angry Pins. Bob's Angry Pins at gmail.com.
Hey, I loved y'all's set. You guys have band shirts? No? Well, what are you waiting for? Call now for DIY t-shirts. One color, ink design on sustainably sourced used shirts that are better for the environment and come in a variety of sizes, styles, and color for a comparable cost to what you'd get them from a big corporation. Call Jeff at 860-908-2064 or search Jeff Butler Trio on Facebook. That's JEFFBUTLER Trio.
Hey, y'all ever heard of a band called Steel City Joke Slammers? They got a new album out called Hot Butter. Hot Butter is a spreadable form of audio twang, hot and dripping through your ear holes. Full fat, full cream, full flavor. Ask for it by name. Hot Butter, the new album from Steel City Joke Slammers.
Hi, I'm Logan from Misdemeanor. Have you thought about shitting your pants? Why use a toilet when you can just shit your pants? Shit your pants. Try it. It's free. Maybe just shit your pants.
myself an awful fright when I saw this creature in the dark. Long teeth and glowing eyes, I thought I'd met my own demise. That's when he started the war. When I put him in the ground, into one day I found someone had dug up his grave. But it wasn't someone else, he growled out that grave himself. That's when I heard a stranger say, well, he's back from the dead, and he's coming for your head. He is creature, king of the rats. What did I see? A horde of rats approaching me. But I wasn't prepared to fight. All my body filled with fright, and the smell of death began to creep. While the battle then ensued, blood covered everything that moved. Creature, he looked me in the eyes. He pulled out his blade. He pointed at me and said, "You're about to fucking die!" He's back from the dead, and he's coming for your head. He is creature, king of the rats. Excruciating pain, I woke up in the rain. To my surprise, I wasn't dead, but my head felt so strange. My body been rearranged, and now I'm the right instead. I'm on the run, I'm out for blood, and I am coming for my prize. I'm eating every man in sight. You can't try to fucking hide. But I got blood in my eyes. I'm back from the dead, and I'm coming for your head. I am creature, king of the rats. I am back from the dead, and I'm coming for your head. I am creature, king of the rats. I am back from the dead, and I am coming for your head. I am creature, king of the rats.
Never once believed in all the stories from the woods. All the witches and demons, house that lived on one foot. Till the sickness stretched its hands out from under the tree line. Oh no, fire spread through town, everyone's lost their mind. Still I wonder when do is it our home? Preacher's house cast a larger shadow than mine. His pockets ring just a little bit louder than mine. Oh, he says we're all just waiting for the same ride. No first class, no coach, we all pay the same price. Still I wonder, where do we all go? How many bones can the earth hold? Is it our grave or is it our home? Lantern wash the night from underneath of the trees. I could hear the drums from hell and all the dancing of the feet. What I saw there next made me reach for my knife. Made my eyes sink 6 feet through my skull, took the body from my life. Still I wonder, where do we all go? How many bones can the earth hold? Is it our grave or is it our home? Men came here and they dug their hole, drained the entire night sky to the ground below. Stars down there, oh, they shine like gold. Yeah, the money shines like pennies at the company store. Shore in your shovels, clean your gun, feed your horses on apples, make sure the whiskey's done. I laid the wire, I set the clock, boy did I fly. Heard the Tommy knockers laughing when the blast filled up my eyes. Touched our eyes, the alarm smoke, the sun spilled in the sky. I did a dance, I sang a song, I drank a few, laughing at the bastard's money now buried in its tomb.
Thanks so much for tuning in. If you'd like to seek out or support any of the artists we've hosted today, we've attached links to this episode.
We're pretty darn hard-working artists ourselves, so if you'd like to show us some love and support, you can find us through our music, Robbers Roost.
Hey, check out our Patreon. It's probably the best way to support us. Also, check us out on social media because we plan to release these every Tuesday. Spill the beans, Ren.
Search for Robbers Roost, podcast or band on any platform. We got merch, tour dates, and all the fun stuff.
Ragged Bones from Broken Homes. This has been another episode with Mark.
And Renegade.
Stay tuned, folks.
Is that a musician joke?